Mike, we're back. This is the Squeaky Bum Time Podcast, and we have things to talk about. We just finished week 7 of the Premier League, match week 7, and a lot of stuff happened, but I have to start with my preamble on VAR. As people who may have listened to this, but we have new fans, may not know, I loathe VAR. And in fact, as a bigger thing is like, what is the point of VAR? I have like really deep thoughts about this. Like, what are we trying to do? Why are we trying to do it? What's the value? And who the fuck is VAR for? Is it for the players? Is it for the fans in the stands? Is it for us on TV? Is it just about getting the result right? And why does it matter? Like, who the fuck cares? I came to the Premier League from American sports to fucking avoid replay. I hate NFL replays. The NBA is awful because of replays. And here I am now stuck in fucking VAR hell. And it's like, there's this greater thing. And Mike, feel free to jump in as I go. But let me just finish this up. Of like, everything has to be scientific. Everything has to be able to be measured. Everything has to be in a box that we can measure because of efficiency of modernity, right? I know this goes into like deeper shits of life, but like, it's men running around in shorts kicking a ball. Why does it have to be measured? Like, are we going to put cameras all over the field so that it could become like baseball and get fucking shot velocity? Who the fuck cares? What are we doing this for?
So I think that's one thing we actually could do better as far as the sport itself. Like, I would actually love to see shot velocity.
But
to
what
take a quick
end?
tangent. But
to what end? I'm serious. I'm going to finish here, and it's going to be that we'll go into Tottenham because Tottenham had a crazy fucking VAR thing.
Yeah, but we need to talk more about this.
Had we not had the fucking narrative change, it would have been a disaster. I'm serious. VAR is the beginning of Skynet and the beginning of the end of humanity. If the robots destroy us, it's going to start from VAR and sports replays.
Right. Well, because why they're starting with like the thing you care about the most, and they're breaking you, and they're breaking your spirit before they break your body. Right.
Right. Because
quote?
I mean, think about it. Right. If AI is this wonderful thing, why can't they referee VAR from AI? They just plug it in. Like, This is what, if you see the ball if you see a foot touch the person's leg before the ball is touched, it's a foul. Boom.
I think
that is like easy.
The biggest problem I have with VAR is not actually the idea that like they mistake accuracy with precision, right? Which, by the way, I took that from you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my biggest problem with them is there's precision in two parts of the play, right? Where everybody is on that when you're drawing that red line, it's millimeters.
You're talking specifically about offside, but yeah.
Yes, but that's the majority of VAR. Penalties are as well. But specifically when the ball leaves my foot, how do you know? If we're talking about the margins, right? There's no fucking way, and there's no consistent way to do that. So the idea that you have to have this idea of precision, well, you still can't define the actual actions and when they exist and when they don't.
They can't kill a man from space with a bomb. And you're telling me you can get those fucking offside calls right? Fuck you. Why isn't Putin dead? If those lines fucking work, how come we can't kill Putin? This is what I'm saying. It's bullshit.
Putin's hooked up. Putin created VAR. He created the flaws on purpose.
Fucking Vladivostok after my life. I can't deal with replays and stoppages and checking. It's not like we're not going to fucking argue about it anyway. And that's like exactly what happened in the Spurs game that I want your take on because it was very, very dramatic. But
there was two.
The big one is the Lamptey one is crazy.
Listen, I mean, and we'll get into it in a second, but I think I just struggle with we're taking the part where you and I are at the pub after the game over a pint screaming and yelling about this or this or this.
Instead of saying arguing about it.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. You're just changing the argument. You're saying, instead of, that was a great play. That was a foul, blah, 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 blah. It was like, I can't believe a fucking computer decided it for me. This is ridiculous. And the computer, which is supposed to be the most precise thing in the world, isn't even that. Yeah, right? So, I mean, I know that we're joining the choruses here and we are not alone. This is not a unique take at all.
No, but my take is that I don't want it in any sports. Like, I'm done.
The United States in the next 24 hours is going to devolve into a civil war regardless of who wins this election.
Well, I'm going to watch the Premier League, and from my beautiful little easy lily white home in San Diego, I'm going to watch the news and go, wow, that's interesting. Things are burning because
Right,
it's so nice here.
But
It won't matter.
The country is going to be on fire in unison tomorrow, right? Because no matter what, 49% of the people are going to be fucking mad. But no matter who wins, 100% of the people will always rise up and say, fuck VAR.
Agreed. Very good screed. Yes, I agree.
And that is my announcement of my 2024 candidacy. I will be running on the fuck VAR ticket.
Yeah, in England. It has to be in England. Like Brexit, fuck Brexit. I'll get rid of VAR. They'll fucking leave. They'll leave the European Union tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Leaving anyway.
So I don't know.
To get rid of it.
I don't know how, because it's weird too that it works pretty well with FIFA, and it doesn't work in Champions League, right? We can talk about that.
My thing is, what is it for? Like, who is it serving? Like, what is the exact reason? Because you can do it? Like, I don't get it. Like, and the problem I have more, the other thing is like the players, the pundits who talk about it are the ones who sort of bring it up the most. Like, they're always cool with it. And of course they're cool with it. They played. They don't get it. Most of them don't even like most of the time players are into sports. They don't like to watch. They're not into it. They're like, I like to play. I'm competitive. I don't like to watch soccer. It's not my thing, right? I don't think they actually like the game sometimes, right? Like, or they're not into it. They're not.
It's the only thing they did for 25 years of their life. Like,
but they're not. But what I'm saying is they're not fans, right? They're not like crying and losing their shit. Like they pray for the story, but like they're always like, oh no, they got to get it right. I just rather they get it right. I'm like, for who? For you? Fuck you.
I don't know that everybody feels like that.
going.
Like the person who comes to mind for me, who I'm actually very much not a fan of because he's an Arsenal man, Lee Dixon, always on the American broadcast, at least on NBC, he will go way out of his way to lament just even the idea that they're going to VAR. Even if it ends up being the right call, he's like, game's gone. This is bullshit. I hate it. Shouldn't be taking this long.
The one guy who really doesn't watch soccer, and you can tell, is like Craig Burley. He's like, my job is to talk about these games and be opinionated. But if I have free time on my hands, I'm not watching soccer. Thanks.
Yeah, well, he's just a fat Irish Skip Bayless or Welsh, whatever he is.
He's
Scottish. I meant to say Scottish, not Welsh. That dude sucks. And that brings me to a good point.
I like
so
that
we'll
guy.
get into
the
rundown. We'll get into the rundown in a second, and we'll talk about Tottenham. But before that, I want to really go into a quick defense of my main man, Harry Kane. For those of you that don't know, he has a bit of a speech impediment, right? He sounds
a little bit lip.
Yeah, a little bit different than the average person, right?
Schmo.
Nonetheless, he goes way out of his way. Forget his on-field performances for a second, right? He is one of the most philanthropic players in Europe. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting him. And on his birthday, 2015, he literally stood and took pictures and signed autographs for every single person in the stadium. Now, not every player did that. In fact, he was the only one. Most players started at midfield and went all the way down to the VIP area. He went all the way down to the other touchline, signed and took pictures, signed babies. He signed a baby next to me. It was hilarious. He's just a good guy, and you don't get those good guys in sports a lot. And I think he catches shit way more than he should. And I think it's two reasons. Obviously, his peculiar voice, but it's also because he plays for Spurs. If he was playing for United or playing for City or playing for Arsenal even, there would be an air of arrogance that comes with that shirt. The fact that Spurs haven't broken through with him as part of the team, despite the fact that
there's also the England piece, right? The England makes a big. He's the striker for England.
Right. He's the captain for England. And lest we forget, he had won the Golden Boot at the World Cup after he won the Golden Boot in the Premier League twice in a row. Right. So it's not like this man has not proven his on-field accolades. And it just really bothers me that he continues to be a target. This week, Alexis Nunes and Mark Ogden.
Are you an aggrieved fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, I'm just tired of there's so much there. There's so much low-hanging fruit for Spurs, and this isn't it. And it just pisses me off, right? Like Alexis Nunes and Mark Ogden sitting there talking about how weird he is and how much because there was a controversial call that
they're both
him.
United fans and they both want him on United.
Yeah, they're both pieces of shit. I don't think ESPN's soccer coverage is good at all. I think we would be better actually for ESPN.
Well, that's why we're doing this. We're taking over.
That's right.
Yeah. I think, I mean, there is a general, I mean, we don't have to go into media, but there is a general suckiness about all of them.
But and I find, and maybe this is, victimhood 101 here on my part, but like,
well, you are a white guy, so
I am a white guy, but I find that it's so zeroed in on Harry Kane specifically.
Well, of course, he's the most famous player on the team.
Right, but like but they're never talking about how he's the guy who is the one pulling them through the fucking mud anyway. He's always.
I don't agree with you on this, Mike. I really don't. Right. I think he gets a lot of praise. He gets a lot of, like, when they play well, it's because of him. They all are like, how much would Real Madrid pay for him? How much would he pay to leave? If anything, it's everyone's trying to get him off Spurs.
See, I think now it's about Sonny. I think everybody's blowing Sonny, which is great. He's phenomenal. And even the year he was out when we played you guys in Champions League and Sonny had that game at the Etihad, right? Like that year at the Champions League final, he was gone for 4 months. So it wasn't his greatest triumph, right? So
yeah. But
I kind of think
he played in the final. He was hurt.
He played in the final. Everybody said he came back too soon, blah, 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 blah. But like,
well, of course
you're not going to not play Harry fucking Kane, right?
Exactly.
But anyway, we could digress into this for a lot.
You've got to tell me about this game because I've been dying for you to tell me about your feelings about Spurs 2, Brighton 1.
So there's two controversial VAR calls. We're going to just go right past them. We'll get back to that in a second. In the 70th minute, and as if you've listened to this podcast, you know that I have been just championing the return of the chosen one, Gareth Bale, to North London. And it hasn't gone great so far. He came on in the West Ham game. He hit the post. West Ham scored 3 fucking goals in 8 minutes, right?
Yeah. His plus minus is not good.
Not great.
It's like -4.
He was pulled off at halftime in the Europa League loss to, I don't even know, Royal Antwerp, a farmers team, okay? So it's not going great. He comes on in the 70th minute of a 1-1 game. Brighton were in the game. They were probably better from the majority of it. They get
were good.
a
They're
very
always
questionable
good.
call.
I told you they're good.
Yeah. You get a very questionable call and a goal from it, or a non-call, I should say. And then Gareth Bale comes on. Sergio Reguilon, Reggie, as he's affectionately known to me, plays a ball down the left, or he runs down the left, plays a ball in.
No.
You've got one thing to say before, though.
Alderweireld.
Oh, yeah, no. The switch.
Ball from Alderweireld.
The switching
key.
the field from Toby.
Because when I first watched it, I was like, why the fuck is Bale so open? And I was like, oh, I needed to roll it back a little bit. Because they're scrambling to find out where everyone is.
Right.
And the good play about that, one is Reguilon's play is fantastic. But Bale gets in this. I mean, it sounds super duper fucking obvious, but to stand in the middle of the box between two defenders when there's a ball flying around, to be like, literally, this is what makes great players great. He's literally equidistant between them. How you have that
facial awareness.
Yeah, it's just, and he was just right there. And now he could have fucked up the header, but he's class.
He could have. From 6 yards, Reguilon passes it in and right onto Bale's forehead, like we said. Spatial awareness, 10 out of 10. He puts it home in the 73rd minute and scenes. There was nobody in the stadium.
It was scenes.
Didn't matter.
There
were scenes all over London. And in Orlando, Florida, in my living room, I screamed so much that my dog peed a little.
And then you peed a little.
And then I peed a little. And I ran straight into my kitchen and straight back. And I sat down and there were tears coming out of my eyes. It was Gareth Bale's. It was dreamy. 7 years in the making since he left.
Dreamy,
and
dreamy.
A game-winning goal is his first real.
It's tears, man. Look, I'm getting goosebumps just hearing you tell the story because that is what happens with football. I don't care what anyone says. I've watched American sports my whole life. No sport has this. None. Zero. It simply does not happen. I don't care.
No sport has this in the 7th game of the season.
None. Right? Zero.
That's
it simply does not happen. There is I'm going to use the fucking terrible term. There is a literal physiological feeling of like orgasmic, like you breathe, you take a deep breath, and you feel that feeling.
And
happens.
we've talked about this before. It's all it is
that is awful.
pent-up
That is
frustration.
awful radio that people are going to have to hear.
That's
that I'm
terrible.
worried about now.
Yeah, well, we can, post-production.
No, they're going to hear my orgasmatron. But yeah, that's so great. Like if there's a freaking thing about soccer that people don't get and they don't understand it, is that shit happens all the time. Just regular season game, regular season goal. Like I was watching. I'm going to jump around. I mean, we probably don't really necessarily have to go through the highlights. Do you want to go through the VAR incident for this Tottenham game?
Yeah, really quickly though, because it gives context to that feeling, right? Harry Kane gets one that was questionable. It's 1-0. Brighton are into the game. A very, very questionable call, like I mentioned. Højbjerg gets basically taken out. I can't remember who the player is, but the ball passes out to your boy, Tariq Lamptey.
I think it's Gross, I think.
Pascal Gross. Okay.
Yeah.
But so Lamptey gets it on the edge of the box.
But it's like, it's not right away. It's a clearance that Højbjerg's taking off. He tackles him. The ball clicks around. But then it's moved around a little bit. It's in the same phase, but it's long. It's like 15 seconds later.
15, 20 seconds. I think the important thing to me watching this, right? So as a hockey fan, I watch this and I go, if the defenseman dives and he gets the puck and then he wipes you out, that's a good play. Yeah. Right. So what I'm trying to determine is A, did he touch the ball? And B, is that even the fucking rule? Which, as I was told on Twitter, I kind of caught some shit. It is not the rule.
Yeah, no, I mean, he didn't touch the ball.
He didn't. It's
pretty clear.
He might have.
But to be fair, it's close.
It was extremely close. In fact, I thought he might have nicked it. But it doesn't matter, as it turns out.
The guy went to the monitor in VAR. He gets a notification, hey, you might want to look at this.
Take another
He
shot.
goes and look at it and says, nope, I got it right.
Hey, go fuck yourself. That's a good goal.
Because it's literally the first one that hasn't been changed. It's the first time a ref on the field has gone to the monitor and kept the call. Usually they overturn it.
Devil's advocate for
Otherwise,
1 second,
they wouldn't have been asked to go look at it.
Hold on. Devil's advocate for 1 second, because I've always advocated for, in replay around sports, if it's on the field, is a call what it is. It has to be absolutely earth-shatteringly obvious.
Yeah.
Was that?
No, he should not have over.
Close.
I mean,
it was close.
The punditry were like, "Oh, I can't believe it," and they're like, "The ball trajectory didn't turn." I'm like, that's not a reason. If you don't see it, you can't overturn it.
Right.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Like,
right.
You didn't see it.
Exactly. So that's the problem, is that he stuck with the call on the field because he could not find what's the irrefutable evidence, or whatever the fuck the NFL says, right?
Yeah.
So that's fine. And so giving context to that feeling of that euphoric, oh my God, is that you got the lead, you're hanging on for dear life, you get fucked. And all of a sudden it's 1-1, and here comes Tottenham dropping points for the third time at home this season again.
Right.
Here comes the narrative.
Well, but the other pieces, though, you played bad. Like, you got the goal and then disappeared as a team, just like waiting for Brighton to score to this goal by some mean. And they did.
No, I agree. I totally agree. So I thought Brighton were better on the day. They deserved at least a point in that. But
it's 7 games. They've had 6 games like that.
Yeah.
I love this team.
And just like Bale's last season, 2013, Spurs were genuinely bad. I mean, terrible. He was the best player in the league by a fucking lot that year.
Yeah.
He won games by himself at least 5 times. At least 5 times. He put 15 points on the board.
I have this rundown, and it makes me want to talk about the fucking Southampton Aston Villa game next, because I know we have bigger games, but James Ward-Prowse is a fucking legend.
I love that, man. That was unbelievable.
So we were talking about the feeling, that breathing thing. Watching the highlights, I gasped at the goals he was putting in. So this is Villa 3, Southampton 4. It looks like a crazy game that Villa dominate. They're up 4 because of an individual brilliance across 2 set pieces. Just insane.
And you want to know what's fucking
crazy? Up and down and fast.
The best goal of the day, you didn't even mention Danny Ings, who got hurt.
His was also good.
So there was some absolutely insanely clinical finishing here from Southampton. Check the highlights if you can.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. And it was the early game. So it was like 7:00 here. And
incredible goals.
I woke people up in my apartment going,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, are you okay? Is there like a huge beetle
and then
on
we
your
get
face?
and then we should give Villa credit for fighting back. They scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. They scored.
The fighting Grealish has showed up for garbage time.
Right. But that was good. But yeah, I mean, that was just like pure performance, Matt Letizia level. If you guys don't know who he is, look him up. He was Southampton. He basically the first 10 years of the Premier League, he's the Gareth Bale for Southampton and kept them in the league. He scored 25 goals from midfield. Yeah. But James Ward-Prowse, legend. That was a great game for the moments. But let's go. But I'm jumping around. We have to jump back to Arsenal 1, Manchester United 0. Narrative dictates the narrative shifting again. Ole out. They have the good Champions League games against Leipzig and PSG, but in the league, United are bad, and they're just not good enough. And
I have Ole fatigue, like big time.
You don't care.
I'm tired. No, I'm just tired of him. Like, because we were talking about him 2-3 weeks ago, and I think we're right. You specifically, saying this fucking guy. He's the Aaron Boone of the English Premier League. Yeah. He's the coach of the biggest fucking team because of one amazing moment as a player. Yeah. And he wasn't a club legend. He was a club legend because of that one play, right? The Aaron Boone.
I mean, he's a squad guy. He's Eric Lamela becoming coach of Spurs in 10 years.
Right. He's a pinch hitter showing
Actually,
up
you know what?
Hitting a knuckleballer.
If Lucas Moura became the coach of Spurs.
Yes, because he's got that magic moment, right?
That would not be right. You'd be like,
exactly.
What? And he doesn't he has no gravitas. His face is soft. He looks surprised. He doesn't seem to know what he's doing. They have good players. Like, I think a better coach, like, I'm not even fucking kidding. We talked about Southampton. If Hassan Huda was the coach of Man United, they would challenge for the league.
Speaking of Southampton, you know who's going to be? Pochettino. He's waiting for that job. He's waiting for it.
Why wouldn't he want, like, Real or something like that?
I don't know if Real want him anymore. I think I think some shine kind of came off of him last year.
I don't know. I mean, he does have no trophies. He's sitting there
waiting for the United job, right? It's been 100 games for Ole now. That was his 100th game in charge of Manchester
It's just
United.
Weird. And then I think the narrative for Arsenal is really good. They keep that lovable loser on the right trajectory, young players playing, Arteta getting it right. He clearly did something really simple. I watched the 2 United games when they beat these 2 other teams, and I'm going to stop them from doing that. That's what good coaches do. And so he had what the fuck's the guy's name? Partey sit on top of Fernandez and you're not going to make this game work. And there it is.
Yep.
Because he's the one guy who does. And again, the Pogba thing, he causes the penalty. Arsenal are they may not have the best players, but they're now difficult to play. You're just like, oh, fuck, they're going to make this suck. And they're not going to just lose because they're pussies, which is what they used to do under Wenger.
Yeah, and I think, they've got 0 draws. So full marks to them for playing the game.
Yeah,
right?
They're fighting. Yeah. Speaking of playing the game, my team's playing the game. City take care of business against Sheffield United. It's not really a game to talk about, except for our boy Kyle Walker, who is now a fucking legend. Goal scored by him. He didn't celebrate because Sheffield United is his boyhood club. And in his interview afterward, he was like, I couldn't because my mom and dad would get so much shit. they still live here. And so
you can't make me like Kyle Walker again, but that was good.
Yeah. He was like, nah, that get too much shit for that. And I want to come back when I'm done. The key thing here is I think my team is starting to see a new way to play and to be a defensive team because it looks like their best players right now in a weird way are like Diaz, Laporte, Walker are a strong unit. And I think the midfield unit is kind of broken without Silva, and the attacking unit is broken without Jesus and Aguero. So right now, the strongest and most healthy unit is the defensive unit, and they're really helping City win games. City's defense is not the problem. Don't listen to narrative. The narrative will say City's defense is the problem. It's not City's defense. They can't score goals because apparently you need a striker to score goals. It's a weird skill.
One, I'll tell you what, though. The defense, for all the talk that those three have been getting, I am in love with Joao Cancelo. He is fantastic. He's a right-footed player playing off the left.
He's not playing defense. He's playing winger.
I know, but he's been. But the thing is that with Walker's pace, Mourinho did this a lot last year, right? He would have.
He basically plays. Well, what happens is he plays a three.
He lopsided.
And he just lets Cancelo do what he wants.
He plays lopsided.
The way Trippier used to be when Rose would just tuck in and be the defender.
Right. Yeah, or even Aurier and Davies last season, right?
Right.
Spurs.
Even though Aurier sucks.
Yeah, no, I know. Believe me, I know. But so that's kind of I'm watching him sort of be everywhere the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it's been really interesting.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, City are they're popping the ball around. They're starting to feel more confident. I'm worried for Sheffield. They don't seem to have a goal in them.
Yeah. And
I was really high on Ryan Brewster, and I thought I had seen him in the under-17s, and he was 17, so he looked thin, but he's bulky and not fast. He's like a big striker.
Can we also say, though, I don't know, have they played anybody other than Man City and Liverpool? Yeah. So that's
they drew versus Fulham. That's bad.
No, I know, but like I'm giving Rooster a little bit more time before I.
Oh, right. Oh, no, totally.
Because he made his debut against Liverpool, ironically. So he's only played Liverpool, City.
I mean, they're not getting killed, right? Like they lost to City, they lost to Liverpool, they drew with Fulham. They lost to Arsenal, and they lost to Leeds.
That's a tough stretch. You know, it's a lot of what we talked about last week. That context. Listen, right, they're not scoring goals. They're in deep shit.
You cannot draw with Fulham.
I get that, and I'm not arguing that. But what I'm saying is
they have Chelsea next, so they really had a tough run.
They had a tough run, and as everybody else starts to get more games, I wonder. It's almost as if they had that tougher run starting from now through the holiday stretch, they would be able to nick points off of a Liverpool or a City.
I think the other thing is like which teams like of the shitty teams that you're going to be battling, which teams have the better coaches who've been through it, right? Like Sheffield, there's a little bit of regression. They really didn't add that much. So, I mean, I like Wilder a lot, but does he have the horses? I don't trust Bilic, and I don't trust Parker, and I trust Potter, but they got to they got to win. Like it's just not, I think it'll shake out. We'll see. There's definitely
the player's name. The player's name just ran out of my head. But they've got an Eriksson situation. Lundstrom. I want to say Lidstrom. John Lundstrom, one of their better players. He's waiting for his contract to run out, and he's not going to sign a new one. So,
and he was a big part of their team. And
he missed, so Chris Wilder's like, well, what do I do now?
Sitter. Well, not a sitter. He missed their best chance because Berg, whoever that Berger guy is, that dude's good.
Yeah,
that dude's really solid. Good. He was really good. So he was creating things there. And then heroic Liverpool, of course, thwart the invaders from London because, they're so fucked and so in trouble. Poor Liverpool. They defeat West Ham. But West Ham were in this game. They scored a goal early. Moyes went full Moyes and just played for the draw, even though he had a goal up. He knew he's like, I'm not going to win this thing. Klopp dusts off some kid from fucking Stuttgart in the second division, Nathan Phillips, to play center back. He's not young. He's young, but he's not young. 23 years old. He played really well.
He's like an aircraft carrier up there, right? He's
like he was a big guy. Yeah. Fornell's got a goal early. Liverpool aren't perfect, but they can still score, and they found a way. Salah drew a penalty. Masuaku, who's been great. Your guy talked about him. But he just, it's don't fucking stick your leg out when it's Mo Salah. What are you doing? So he gets the penalty there, and then Liverpool pull it together with Shaqiri. Forgot he was on the team. And Jota, really, really good. Like, it was one of these things where West Ham is trying to come out, and Jota's running in, so it looks like a wave, and you're like, wait, Jota's running through there. Where are all you guys go? The ball's there, and you're like, what are you guys? There's 5 guys. He just ran through them as they're trying to come out and create a gap. He just went the other way. Really cool. And then, of course, poor Liverpool. They found a way without Van Dijk. They're the favorites. They just are. They're top of the league.
I get that. And I think that for whatever they're missing with Van Dijk out, they've been missing up front with Firmino for, it feels like about a year now.
Yeah, he hasn't scored goals.
Well, and he's not creating, like, he sort of gets lost in that false nine role. He almost drops too deep, and then he's sort of irrelevant relative to the game.
Yeah, but they love what he's doing, right? Like, but
Yeah,
when you
sure.
watch it, you're like, what? Okay.
So I wonder if they go to a 4-2-3-1 with a Mane
They
or a
could.
Salah up top,
It'll
and then
be-
they
it'll
put
be- it'll be
Jota on the
Salah.
wing.
Yeah, they may
Right,
do that.
so-
They may do that. I don't know. I mean, they don't have to play 4-3-3. I guess.
No,
But-
not at all. Right, and the idea that that's like, I mean, the fact that they had Firmino, Salah, and Mane absolutely destroying people for
Yeah.
a year and a half. You're conditioned to go, yeah, that's the best way for them to play and the most lethal attacking wise.
To me, the second place Liverpool team is the better team. The champion winning team is not as good, and
Yeah, all right.
but because they only had like a couple 20, they weren't really destroying, but they were best at seeing games out. And then there's other games. You want to pop around? You got anything you want to talk about?
I thought I congratulated a friend of mine who's a Chelsea fan because I saw that they just basically had a professional game at Turf Moor. They just beat the shit out of Burnley.
Yeah,
And as somebody who just went through that and barely came out alive, I was glad to see Burnley get taken to the woodshed a little bit, even if it was by Chelsea. So they currently sit 20th, dead last in the table. Now they're tied with Sheffield, but on goal difference, they're second.
It's
they're
early.
last.
We'll see. Yeah,
it's early, but I'll tell you right now, if Burnley goes down, I will not cry for them. I will not miss them.
Yeah, I think that the time they can go now. You can go now.
I've had enough of your shit.
You know what? There's too many claret and blue teams. We need to lose.
Yeah, we got to vote one off the island.
Yeah, there's too many teams wearing the same colors.
I think Mendy's been getting a lot of love, and it's all been
He didn't have
deserved.
to make any saves.
He made 0 saves.
Yeah,
Right?
but
that gives
remember,
you an insight into what
goalkeeping
a
is
professional.
not just.
No, I know.
It's controlling. It's marshaling.
I'm not giving
catching
anybody
crosses.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm not giving anybody shit here. What I'm saying very simply is that's how professional of an outing Chelsea had. And by the way,
They literally stopped giving up goals.
Right. Well, Pulisic got hurt, 15 minutes before the game in warm-ups, right? So
he's never playing.
He's
done.
Done. No, I know. But you had that upheaval of your lineup right before kickoff, and they still came out and they got the job done. So
They got
this bothers me, but full marks
many
to Chelsea
players
on that.
Yeah. And Frank somehow miraculously figured out that he has the best central midfielder in the league and played him where he should play him.
Oh, that's strange.
So Chelsea was able to actually play all their guys. They played Ziyech, they played Werner, they played Abraham, they played Mount, and they played who's the last one? And Havertz all together.
Yep.
Which is just like, whoa, that's a lot of attacking. But I think Mount is the one who can do both roles. Havertz less so. But then Conte is just like, it's the old saying is like, the 70% of the world is covered by water and the last third is covered by N'Golo Conte.
Yeah, he's everywhere. I mean, then that's the thing. I think, we talked a lot about how it was in one of our first episodes, how it was sort of strange that he didn't play much last year. He was hurt, knee injury, all that stuff, coming off of the World Cup going into last year. He was in the wrong place. But yeah, he was a sort of a forward player last year. Or
he would be in the box taking shots. Like, what do you? Why is he here? Get him out of here.
Chelsea was trying to sell him for 25 or so million, which, for context,
if
isn't
that's
a
real,
boatload.
if that's real, and my team didn't buy him,
and
I'm angry.
Team. Right, right. So it's strange that they were sort of offloading him at a cut rate price. Nobody jumped. I think there was really concerns about his knees and his health.
That's just a rumor. I can't.
And it could have been two.
Believe any team would sell that.
It could have been two, and I'm surprised one of the French teams didn't jump all over it. To be honest.
Well, they don't need him. They have Idrissa Gueye.
Yeah,
PSG.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
He's the poor man's version of him. But yeah,
that's very true.
But Chelsea are good. Like, they have name brands. They have that juice. Again, I don't trust Lampard. I really don't. He's got all the players now. He's got Silva. He's got Mendy. He's got the fullbacks now that are playing well. He's sort of somehow eased Azpilicueta out of the team, which is hard and then done. So it's now James, Chilwell, Silva, and Zuma. And Zuma scored an incredible header. So that's kind of interesting. They scare me, Chelsea, because the attacking part has never been the problem. it's been a defense.
If
If they're going to stop playing Jorginho, which I think is huge because he sucks. If you watch Chelsea, all Chelsea fans know this. People just run past him.
Yeah.
He could maybe be the best fucking ball player I've ever seen. He is as athletic as you. Well, me, I don't know. I'm not athletic, but he just run past him. He's like a little skinny guy. So it's that balance piece. And Conte is just so much better. I'd rather have better wingers and talented players than trying to rely on one creative hub in the middle. Let that guy be the defender. Anyway.
Totally agree. But let's run through this. 3 more, right? Let's run through them. Leicester kicked the living shit out of Leeds. Pour one out for Leeds a little bit here, right?
My guy, Braj, man. The Braj. He ain't fucking around.
Yeah, I know. It was interesting because they got 2 quick goals. They were up, and Leeds was like, it was almost like it was a bar fight where like you punch the guy in the face and he bleeds a little bit and he laughs at you. He goes, oh, okay, right? Leeds comes out at halftime, bang, they score one really fast. Yeah, they almost have another one. I think they hit the post, and then Leicester pips a third. Right. So
let's just fucking call it out. Like Jamie Vardy is fucking world class, man.
Oh,
that dude is fucking awesome. I hate him, but he's that guy. He is a guy. He's a real important player. He has a championship. He's going to be the guy who stays at Leicester. And when the decade's history is written, Jamie Vardy's in the fucking first paragraph. It's like, City and Liverpool, and Leicester with Jamie Vardy were up there the whole time. Like he's an important guy like this. It happens this way. Like you have these players that sort of stick out in history, and I think Jamie Vardy's going to be one of those guys. He's just like a little rat, a little fucking guy who came up from a nowheresville, didn't make it in the Premier League till he was already 27, which is old for a striker, and he's still just kicking ass, and he looks like Danny D from porn, but small.
It's interesting that because he's got the storyline behind him, and it never would have happened at a Chelsea or a City or United because of that, right? But
and then he didn't leave, right? He didn't go to
exactly. He stayed. He became a club legend, even though he's unquestionably the most racist player in England.
Oh, I love him for it. He's so trash.
You're right. He's proper homegrown trash, right?
Yeah, so like he's got on his shin pads it says "chat shit, get banged."
Right, exactly. So he's the guy that they are going to erect a statue of if they haven't already, and in 20 years it's going to get toppled over because he's racist, right? So he's fantastic.
What does he say? Something about Asians? That doesn't count.
He said a bunch of stuff, but anyway, it's not.
Well, he's a bricklayer. Cut that guy some slack.
Yeah, the third goal. The important thing to note here, right, is that like James Maddison hasn't been playing regularly. He's still nursing an injury. Yeah, came on 65, 70th minute or so. He sets up Senig Under. Is that right? Under?
Yeah. Well, the Turks got tough names. That dude's good too. Dude,
he's good. They've got a lot of low-key attacking talent as well. Right?
Leicester, man.
Did you happen to see the play for the third goal?
I did. I just don't remember. It was like a
Maddison
boom, boom,
plays
boom.
a great ball in.
Right.
And Under susses the defender out to him and just cheeky little chip to Vardy, and Vardy's like, I mean, okay, like, easiest one I'll ever fucking score.
Yeah.
Right? So, that was the thing.
Good stuff. Yeah,
that was the thing because Leeds was playing into the game. It was 2-1. They had their chances. It could have been a tie game. That was the gunshot, and it was like, all right, go away.
The thing with Leeds is like that's the way they play, man. They're just gonna some days they're gonna get smoked, especially because they're not as talented as other teams, right? Like,
but I do, and I said that they got their asses kicked. I do think 4-1 flatters Leicester a little bit. I think that Leeds could have had a point from this early on, and then Leicester pulled away late. So
yeah. And then I have to say again, the Leicester piece, they find players. They're the only club in the country who seems to develop center backs and finds them, right? Maguire from Hull, Soyuncu from Germany, who's fucking awesome, not even playing. They're cool
Wes
with
Morgan
it.
was an academy product for 100 years.
Fofana, they found everybody wanted him. Now he's playing. He's good. I mean, that's not easy, especially when you think about half the teams in the league are like, man, I really wish we had a center back. And these guys are just center back, no problem. Newcastle, this game was terrible.
It was a tough game. I mean,
I watched it.
I watched the last 10 minutes were good, but Everton was playing their B- squad.
They don't have enough dudes.
No James, no depth, right? No Digne. Digne and Richarlison both out because of red cards, which is hilarious. James with a knock. Seamus Coleman. They benched Jordan Pickford, which we agree was a net positive.
And
but
they're going to play him for United. They're not going to play him.
Yeah,
again.
Callum Wilson did the man, and I mean, it is.
No,
the
last goal for Newcastle was really good because Fraser, is it Brendan? It's not Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser's that shitty actor. Ryan Fraser. We should have Brendan Fraser on the podcast.
He fucking turns on the afterburners and completely just leaves the guy for dead.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then
he used to do that 10 times a year at Bournemouth.
Yeah. So he and Wilson played at Bournemouth together. He sort of makes a bad cross that might have not gone in, but Wilson put it in. Yeah, I mean, I think Newcastle are going to be fine. The thing is like, to me, there's a lot of good teams. They all seem like they're going to be fine, but 3 teams have to go. Yeah. And so that's the part that's
I don't think 3 teams are going to be fine to me. I think West Brom's definitely not going to be fine.
Yeah, West Brom, Fulham. Yeah.
So Fulham's feeling good about themselves today, but we'll see in another 3 weeks or so.
I don't trust them. I don't. No. No.
And I'm rooting against Burnley, like I said.
You think Burnley? You're rooting against?
I'm rooting against Burnley. Fuck Burnley.
Well, they haven't had Ben Mee all season. They should have sold Tarkowski and used it to invest in the team. I have something to say about Burnley.
Have it.
I think fucking Sean Dyche flew that plane of keep Burnley white. That team is so white. How white are they? I can't. They're so white that it's odd how white they are. Like, they're pasty. They look sick. They literally look like a factory team from 1890. Like, it's just weird.
Can you quantify Englishness? And is there a correlation between pastiness and the quality of play we affectionately call Englishness, right? Like, I think there might be a correlation.
They have too much Englishness. They need less.
Oh, no. I agree. But that's their identity, right? So you can't have too much of your identity.
Right. Like, I actually listened to a podcast of Sean Dyche because he's a fascinating kind of guy. But he does things like he makes the team wear ties and be mannerly and like say please and thank you to the people at the team and like they all have to go together. Play like he has all that like corporate management weird stuff. He's like, the team's got to be the way it is. You know, we're not just here to play football. We've got to be good people. I'm like, oh fuck, he's doing this guy. I'm like, because you know what it means. It basically means that wild kid from the fucking council estate who can flick a ball over a building and go through 5 guys who likes to smoke weed and fuck hookers. He's not playing for Burnley.
No, he'll never play for Burnley.
They'll never play for Burnley, right?
And if he does, he'll suck at Burnley.
Right, because it's no fun, right? So it's just like, wait a minute. Well, he's just leaving out a whole class of player who would never play for Burnley now, right? Mm-hmm. Like Wilfred Zaha is never playing for Burnley. That type. And all the best young players in England are black and Nigerian, of Nigerian descent and from South London. And there's not a guy from London on Burnley.
And flashy and fast, right?
And
that's
awesome.
Not things that Burnley does. Burnley puts an elbow into your eyebrow in the 11th
Right.
minute.
Like Bakary Saka is never playing for Burnley.
No. And so they lower their own ceiling organically right off the jump. You're never going to finish in the European places, although they did like 5 years ago.
But it's almost like Notre Dame, right? Where they would try and hold up their academic standards and just suck. And be like, well, we play this way. I'm like, well, fuck. Lou Holtz got this right.
Well, Clemson just beat you 34-3, so it's a good actually tie-in because they play each other this week. Quick pivot to Champions League preview starting tomorrow.
Oh my God, they're back.
We have really quick though. It's interesting. We are in the basically we're on the turn in the group stage, right? And what happens now is whoever like these teams are going to play each other twice in a row, basically a home and home, right? This week and then after the international break. You look at the slate. Not a ton there, so we'll say this again in 2 weeks, I'm sure. Madrid, Inter Milan, that'll be fun. I saw Olympiacos in person last year. You guys are going to score some goals against them. That's going to be a fun
not without
one
a striker.
You.
No.
No, trust me.
Atalanta, Liverpool, dude. Liverpool's losing.
That's I was getting to that. Yep, that's going to be the fun one for the bettors. Take the over. Because that's going to be a lot of goals. I don't see anything else here. Leipzig PSG on paper sounds fun, but I think Leipzig's they're a name brand this year based on last year, similar to Ajax last year.
Yeah, but it's still Nagelsmann. They may find a way, and they did get killed by United.
I think they got shit pumped by United, so I'm really not optimistic for them. But I mean, hey, we'll see. If there's any team in this slate that can lay an egg, it's PSG. right? So I think that it's possible, of course.
Yeah, and you know what? If they lose that game, Tuchel's going to get fired.
So it's still way too early in the group to start with that, but you really start running out of racetrack to you run out of the things that you can mess up.
But for that team, it's all the whole thing is the Champions League, right? Like the league doesn't matter.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, as far as the group stage is concerned, after match week 3, whatever, you start to get an idea. But unless somebody's 3-0, you don't know anything yet, right? After
I don't know. I think one thing that's
point.
interesting for City in this case is like Liverpool and City play on Sunday. So
yes,
who does Pep try and
like hedge?
Ghetto this one out and be like, oh, I think John Stones and Nathan Ake are going to play defense in this one.
Yeah, I mean,
Kyle Walker will play and Sterling will play because Pep's a little racist and he's like, oh, black players can just play all the time. He never rests.
and it's a good shout.
Ever, never.
It's a good shout that Atalanta is going to beat Liverpool because the same
they
thing.
Don't care.
Klopp might be hedging, right? So
yeah, they might just.
Yeah, we'll get much more in depth on that on Thursday's show. That's the big one this week. We'll be really primed for that one.
I'm not ready.
I know. This is gonna be a Laurent heavy show, guys. It's gonna be a good one. So
I can't. The thing is, they just get beat. The City just they're not there. They're not there.
On. The last time you played them, you shit kicked them. So I don't want to hear it, right? Like,
I don't even remember. It doesn't even register with me.
It was the 4-0 game.
I only remember the losses.
Tune in on Thursday or Friday, I should say, for a severe helping of Laurent self-loathing. Trust me, I have had a front row seat to it for years. It's some of the most enjoyable sports fandom you'll ever see or hear.
I can't. I'm not ready.
So Laurent is going to wet the bed each of the next 3 or 4 nights. We were going to leave you with that, and we're going to bring you back from that cliffhanger on Thursday. Liverpool City preview.
Oh God!
Not in the face, Laurent Cortines.
Oh God! All right, Mike. That was the Squeaky Bum Time Podcast with Mike Salerno and Laurent Cortines. This was a crap football, crap pundit production. We will return on Mondays and Thursdays for the Premier League season. We will talk about soccer and other things that interest us. Mike is crazy. Laurent is insane. That's why it works.